I damaged my body, I felt miserable, I felt insecure, and it was really, I felt as a very unhealthy person. It's funny how this 1 grain of sugar, I don't know if you can even see it, can be so unharmful. But what if I put this 1 grain in this big bowl? Now all this sugar, is it still unharmful? Is it still unhealthy? What do you think? In today's video, I'm going to tell you what can excess of sugar do to your body. Now without wasting any more time, my name is Llewellyn. You're watching the LT Lifestyle. Let's get started. So firstly, which kind of sugar is bad for you? Yes, there are basically two types of sugars. One is refined and one is natural. Firstly, refined sugar. As the name suggests, it is refined, it is processed. This is the bad sugar which you should avoid. Now where do you get the sugar? White sugar, any kind of packaged foods, almost 99% of them contains sugar, contains refined sugar which is bad for your health. And on the other hand, we have natural sugars. These are sugars that are not processed. By the name, they are natural and which are found in fruits, whole grains, basically foods that are not processed. But why is sugar bad for you? Now, as you have seen from my earlier point, refined sugar is the sugar that is bad for you. Natural sugars are also good to a certain extent, but refined sugars you have to avoid at all cost. Secondly, it can cause a lot of health issues, a lot of negative health issues like obesity, type 2 diabetes, a lot of belly fat, heart issues, liver, depression, what not. Refined sugar can be really bad for you and in some cases can even cause death. People always say have less sugars, but in reality, not all sugars are bad. Natural sugars got from fruits, whole grains, basically whole foods that are unprocessed are really good for the body. But even in the natural category, you have to be careful because there are some kinds of sugars, mainly natural sweeteners and minimally processed sugars, which also fall into this category and are not good for you. Yes, you can have a bit of them and yes, they have much more nutrients than white sugar or refined sugar. But if you have more of them, if you have them in excess, it will be really bad for your body. Now what happens to our brain when we crave on a bit extra sugar? When we eat a lot of sugar, our body releases dopamine. Dopamine is a hormone released by our brain for many functions, but mainly for us to feel pleasure and to feel a sense of reward. But what happens when we overconsume sugar? What happens when we have excess of sugar? There is a lot of dopamine released in our body. And this will also increase the threshold of our dopamine levels that our body requires to make us happy. Now what will happen then? Our body will require to produce more dopamine to make us feel happier and happier. And where will we get the dopamine from? You guessed it right, sugar. Now you might be thinking, does craving a bit of sugar make me a bad person? Not at all. I love sugar. I love sugar a lot. I love chocolates, I love chocolate ice cream, but you need to know where to draw a line. If you don't draw a line, you'll be crossing that line and abusing your body day after day. Now, if you're like me and if you like sugar, then have a bit of chocolate after meals or have a bit of chocolate every day, like a small bite, just to satisfy your cravings. Don't overconsume it. It will cause you a lot of harm. So as of now, we have seen what sugar is bad for you, why is it bad for you, and why having cravings is a bad thing for your body. But how do we stop all these things? How do we stop craving for sugar? To be honest, it's going to be a very tough and a very long journey for you. If you're already craving for sugar, then you have to be ready for the fight. The first week is going to be very intense. You will want sugar very badly. But after that, it gets much better. So what do you actually do? Here are 4 points which I feel is much needed. Firstly, eat natural and whole foods. Get all your sugars from there. And if you get a craving, then try to munch some fruits, it'll be better for you. Secondly, try to avoid foods that come in packets. And even if you're buying them, check the contents at the back, the table of contents, to see how much sugar is there. Only buy them if they have very minimal amounts of sugar. Thirdly, try to substitute white sugar with honey or jaggery, but not too much of it, because as I've said earlier, our body doesn't recognize the difference between all these things. White sugar, honey, jaggery, for our body, they are one and the same. And fourthly, put a stop to all kinds of sugary drinks that come in bottles, PET bottles, Tetra packs. That isn't good for you. If you go on having them each and every day, you will feel terrible. In the start, it makes you feel really good. So good, so good. But then you're craving for more and more and more, which causes all health problems. Do all these things, do these 4 things for 1 month and you'll find difference in your body. Your weight loss will be much better. You will be feeling You'll be feeling so good. You'll be a much better person, much healthier person after 1 month of doing all these things. Trust me, I have been there and I've done that. I have gone through the exact same journey. There was a time when I used to eat almost two whole medium-sized pizzas. Trust me, that is a lot of sugar. I damaged my body, I felt miserable, I felt insecure, and it was really, I felt as a very unhealthy person. But if you are going there, if you are going on this journey, don't worry, take one step at a time. Don't think about the end goal, think about today, think what you will do today. Will you stop eating sugar or will you continue? I hope you have got some kind of value from my video. If you have, like, share and comment. Thank you so much for doing so, and I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, this is Llewellyn signing out. See you, take care, stay safe, stay healthy. Bye bye.